Hello and welcome to Improve Your Voice, aka Vocabilities.com. My name is Darren McStay and today I'm reviewing one of your voices. It's Nicky from Bulgaria. He sent me a video a couple of weeks ago and asked me if I could take a look because he's not too happy with the way he sounds, and I guess with his English speaking voice, and he wanted me to take a look and give a review. So I said yes, and here it is. It's going to be dealing with articulation and slowing speech down, and this is actually quite a common theme, it seems, for many people who are contacting me, especially non-native speakers. The issues are often to do with their accent trying to speak in English and then wondering why there's issues. So we're going to look at Nicky first and then we'll talk about it.
Hey Darren, that's Nicola from YouTube. I just want to again say thank you for doing what you're doing, man. I really appreciate the value you're putting in the content you're putting in YouTube, because that place just needs stuff like that. So thank you. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to read. The former IBM executive was in charge of bioinformatics at Theranos, a startup with a cutting-edge blood testing system. The company had just completed its first big live demonstration for a pharmaceutical company. Elizabeth Holmes, Theranos' 22-year-old founder, had flown to Switzerland and shown all the system's capabilities to executives at Novartis. That is practically what kind of example I want to give here. I feel like I could slow down my speech and I can pronounce things better. I don't know if it's just my accent or, I'm Bulgarian, that's kind of like the Russian accent. I don't know if it's just my accent or like I have something like minor dyslexia. I don't know. When I read, I do that R sound, I don't think it's like common for native speakers or for like people generally, so I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully man. Alright. Have a nice day.
So one thing I noticed about Nicky's voice here was when you were reading the book, it was your accent becomes stronger, the words were less audible, but when you spoke to me, when you spoke to the camera and when you were addressing me, you were so much more natural and enunciated words much clearer. So there's something in that, the fact that you're connecting, and this to me shows that because when you're reading you are focusing on the information and transposing the information off the page to words, and your first language is Bulgarian, it's easy that your accent takes over, and even though you're speaking in English, you're using the articulation the same way you would as a Bulgarian. Now, I don't know if you necessarily want to lose your accent because it's who you are, it's where you're from, and that's important. So what you can do, and this is information that I've given to many people on this channel, so it's nothing really new, but is take your time, especially when reading. You can just take a pause, and actually on that, in the taking a pause, I think what would be useful for you, Nicky, would be to concentrate on the end consonant and the endings of words, not necessarily entire sentences, but on the end of words, especially when you're reading from a book, because what you're doing is you're sort of reading ahead and you're in the flow and you're going forward, and because of your accent a lot of the English words get lost and they sort of just drop off, and so they're not necessarily so clear. So what I'd suggest for you is, you could slow down, but the pace isn't that bad, and of course because of your accent, just taking the time to enunciate the end of words fully. So it sounds like a simple thing, but actually it's quite tricky, and it might take you a while to progress with that, because it's a new habit you need to form. So you need to practice it over some time, and keep up the good reading though, because you've got a voice, you've got, you're still very young, you've got a lot of years ahead of you, you've got an instrument, you've got a voice. I noticed that you have this I think your top lip is further forward than your bottom lip, so it shapes like this, and that's going to affect the sounds you make as well. Not a bad thing, it's just the way you're built, it's the way your instrument is. And so I think you use your tongue, you stick your tongue forward maybe sometimes to make some of the sounds that your lip might ordinarily make. But that's just an observation. I wouldn't say necessarily change it, because you're clearly able to create the sounds. You have the articulation in place. You just need to work it a different way, and that would be by considering it, slowing down, and just articulating the end of your words, and make sure each word has enough value to it. It's going to sound robotic at first, but once you've done it for a period of time, you'll just become much clearer and be able to enunciate to others in a manner which is easier to understand. And this will form good habits and then come into your regular speech as well. But your regular speech is clear because you're expressing yourself well and taking the time to think about what you're going to say. So I think that taking the time to think is key here, because when you're speaking to me naturally, you are thinking about it, so you're taking the time, and those little gaps in between give me time to understand you. But when you're reading off the book, it is speed. And so it's just breathing. Relax your belly, let go of your belly. And that's just like a massive help straight away. It's easy to get tense and start to try to show something, but you've got nothing to prove, my friend, apart from to yourself. And if you want to sound clearer, that's my suggestions. All right. So hopefully this has been helpful for you too, Nikki. You've actually got, you're so young and you've got such a good voice already. You haven't got a lot of work to do. You just have to be consistent with it. That's all. Like most people, it's their worries and their anxieties about speaking get in the way and actually hinder them from progress. Where all you've got to do is take some physical steps and change your habits. All right. So that goes for most people out there. So thanks for watching. Guys, if you want me to take a look at your voice, keep sending stuff in. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for, because actually I've still got business to run and other things to do. But as long as the issues are new and not something I've covered before, I'm really happy to do them. Because that way other people on the channel can learn. So anyone out there in the community who might even notice things that I don't, I can't claim to know everything. And these reviews are quite short and they're a bit generalized, because I just want to sort of make it valuable to as many people as possible. So thank you again for sending that in, Nikki. Thank you everyone for watching and supporting the channel. We're heading towards 30,000 subscribers now. That's you people saying thanks to me, and I love that. It's great, which means the YouTube is favoring me more and more and more, and the channel's growing and more people are getting this information. So don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. It really helps me to grow the channel. Hit the notifications bell so you can get future video updates and know when I'm posting. And guys, everyone out there, always give me a thumbs up, a heart and a comment. Always comment, say something. You cannot believe this. That is like your payment to me, in a way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not asking you for any money, unless of course you wanted to buy my course, but you just need to do that. And it really, that's like currency. It's like the YouTube currency, because the more you hit those buttons and comment, the more people see this, and the bigger I can grow. And then it feels like it's reciprocal then. I do this for you and you do that for me. All right, no, but seriously, thank you very much for being part of this community and growing. And if anyone wants to maybe get involved a little deeper, I'm doing some live chats soon on my Instagram, which is at happyboymcstay. So thank you once again. I'm Darren McStay. This is vocabilities.com, aka Improve Your Voice. And until the next time, look after your voice.